Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction bingo for this week's One Piece chapter. We have One Piece chapter 1188, and I'm excited for this week's chapter. It's the 29th anniversary of the manga, I think. We have a 29th anniversary jump cover here, but really, I don't think I have a ton to, opine on in the intro or anything. I don't really have a lot to say before getting into reading. So I'm excited. Let's just get into it. As normal, the scans just came out a couple hours ago, and I record the scans as soon as possible because I don't want to be spoiled, but I don't post things publicly because I don't want to spoil any of you until the official translation comes out. So if you want to see this when I record the scans, I throw it up for patrons and members without a title or thumbnail or anything. So, not a custom one, so I'm not spoiling anything. So if you want to see this when I record the scans, then hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuWithTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a member or patron, and you can see this whenever I read the scans and then throw it up there for everybody. So yeah, then it'll be public. Don't worry if you don't want to do that, it'll still be public just for everybody whenever the official translation comes out. I just don't want to post early and spoil anyone. So yeah, with that aside, let's see what we have on our bingo card this week. And if you want to play bingo yourself, the bingo card generator is updated every week, and the one for that week, whenever you're watching this video, the one for this week's chapter will be in the comments and description, so you can play along yourself. So either way, we have this week Zoan Transformation, Joy Boy or Nika mentioned, new name Devil Fruit, Yonko, any Straw Hat member, Devil Fruit Awakening, Straw Hat Grand Fleet Representative, Child, Vivi Wapple or Morgans, Odar Narrator Box, Food, Marine, Free Space which we can click, new name character, God's Knights, Flashback, Imusama, Bounty Reveal, Cross Guild, Gorosei, Revolutionary, Silhouetted Character, Caradandor Zunisha, Named Attack, or Apparent Death. And we were last week, it was a really creative chapter with the paneling and all. It felt different from our usual week-to-week One Piece. But we were setting up the Sanji Killingham, Zoro Summers, and Luffy Emu fights, and the setup I thought was really good. Obviously we kind of knew for a while, pre-Brook Flashback, that we were leading into this stuff, but it was built and hyped up in an even better way than I expected last week. So I wonder now if we'll jump around between the fights a bit, or if we're just going to stick with one at a time. How much of a conclusive thing will it even be? Will they just sort of throw attacks around for a little bit, and then even when the God's Knights have to leave for whatever reason? We will see where all of it goes. I think at least Zoro and Sanji can get their wins, at least. But either way, let's start things off going past the jump cover for the 29th anniversary. We have a color spread here with the Straw Hats as usual. Just taking it in. Wow, Nami, as always. Alright. And it looks like... Okay, no, we're not missing anyone. I was like, are we missing anyone in here? I don't see... Okay, Zoro's in the bubble with Luffy and the others. Alright, that's cute. Again, a lot of the color... some of the color spreads are absolutely incredible, but a lot of them are just kind of it's good and all. It's just the Straw Hats playing around. It's a nice piece of art. Okay, so starting in the actual chapter itself, recalling a certain day. Hello, answer me. I didn't expect to start with a flashback. Buzz, hello? Huh? What the? Who are you? Buzz, this is Moo. Emu, who is this? Oh, me. I'm Joy Boy. Yes, Joy Boy is already dead. Okay, so a hint at the meeting. And Buzz is different. Is this a different sound effect? Were the Denden Mushi not the same or something back then? But we have... That is... so it was like a weird over-the-phone meeting between Emu and Joy Boy? And Joy Boy isn't a name that other people called him? He called himself Joy Boy? So why dost thou insist on stirring these memories? He wraps his arm in the Maki. Heck if I know, says Luffy. Yeah, it's like, who are any of you? He sends forward a Maki punch. Huh. He dodged, and the Maki itself is reacting. Aim down. Down, down. Okay, and it, like, takes on a mind of its own, punching down toward him after the dodge. And he's basically pulling a Luffy with this punch. Redirecting his arm to punch down and hit Luffy in the head. Gah! And he ends up stuck in the ground, kicking his legs, before popping back out. And then he swings at Imu, but he vanishes and reappears behind him. And thrusts forward with his polearm. But Luffy also just vanishes out of there. We hear a tapping as Imu's looking around. And then it looks like he's sending in kicks, maybe? Damn it. Thought that was a sure hit. And then Imu forms up the Maki hand signs again and fires off explosive rounds like he did before. Yikes. And we have just the cartoon running Luffy to avoid them. But Imu's sending out more Maki bombs. And it's interesting how the black flames seem to, like, we've seen the faces on them the whole time, but are they like the souls of the damned or something? Because Imu genuinely, like, they seem to have actual personality. And I guess it would make sense with the devil fruit. We've seen devil-related things, like summoning things, being summoned through pentagrams. Summoning things from the book was what I was talking about at first, but also, yeah, summoning things through the pentagrams, making the, like, 3-6 hand gestures with his hands, and making contracts with people, lots of devil-related things. So again, maybe part of making contracts with people is he's taking people's souls, and that's what he's using to fuel the Maki. Oh, they're after me? They're bombs, right? Gamo Gamano, and Jet Gatling. He Jet Gatlings all of the black flame balls that were sent at him. Gamo Gamano, Majin, ho 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 ho. And he goes genie form. Really random, but interesting. This is our first time seeing bearded Luffy. He's got Gear 5th beard going on. Don't think I missed what happened in your fight with Loki. I'm not gonna let his death go to waste. I'm still alive, jackass. I love Luffy and Loki's relationship. Oh, you're still kicking, Loki? He waves at him. Imu forms up the hand symbol again and fires off more. Damn it all. Get out of the way, Ragnar. Huh? Arabesque tile punch. And then Jinbei sends off a punch. I guess to protect them, because the attacks were going over toward Loki. Okay, so Imu was like, oh, you're still alive? Let me send off a few shots. Jinbei. Luffy, just say the word and I'll protect him for you. Thanks, he's my buddy. I'll leave him to you, Jinbei. Who are you calling buddy, freaking runt? Alright, now that I can focus, I'll handle this guy. Luffy? He's fighting that guy from earlier. Is he gonna be okay? Who the hell is he up against? He's clearly higher ranked than the knights, says Brook. But I thought the 5 elders, or only the 5 elders were above them. He could just be the head of the God Knights. That's gotta be it. The world government is always shrouded in mystery. Hey, Brook, we've gotta get back. Princess Shuri, what do we do? How do we deal with a frozen person? Well, there was that time Robin and Luffy were frozen. Oh wait, this happened to them too? Gunko, thou hast yet to break the ice. Gumo Gumo, a man with an afro, who refers to Gunko as Princess Shuri. It cannot be. So Imu is going to recognize Brook from all this time ago? Like, why are all these people still around after all this time? Sucker Punch Bullet. We have Gomu Sucker Punch Bullet. Luffy just trying to punch while you're not paying attention. We see the clash of Haki with Emu blocking it. And Emu seems, in contrast to, getting hit out of nowhere last time and the way that Emu was having to cough up blood and exert himself fighting Loki, Emu seems to not be having the most serious time right now. Didst thou not just boast about seeing? And I wonder what's up with the symbol that we keep seeing when he makes the mark over his eye. Is it a bell with a flame on top of it? Because we've seen this every time, and we have a ring sound. I just noticed the ring sound effect. We have a ring sound effect from it this time. Because we do that whenever he makes the 6 symbol over his eye. Did thou not just boast about seeing what became of Loki and his gargantuan body? Blah, blah. And then we have the flames on Genie Luffy's beard. Stigma, but Luffy transforms back into normal form to avoid it. And he's spamming these Maki bullets. Luffy tries to, again, I love the cartoonishness here, where he, gets in, Popeye's run form, and then the next panel just whoosh out of there, but they turn to follow after him. Flat, gah! And then, he spins his weapon, and forms a sword from the ring. Okay, this is neat. So it returns. Okay, so maybe he has 16 different weapons for the 16 eyes or whatever, because he spins the Naginata, the polearm, and then it turns back into a flame ball and returns to the Ring of Eyes, and then a sword comes from the Ring of Eyes. Sword of the Wailing Void. And then kanji reads Void or Emptiness Sword. The Furigana Bofu is a homophone for howling wind or storms. Okay. So Sword of the Way. So does he in this panel just say Bofu in Japanese, but they've translated it to Sword of the Wailing Void? And we have, wow, I was waiting for a natural break. This is our last page. I was waiting for a natural break to go to the bingo board, but I guess I'll just wait till the end of the chapter because this has just been a big Emu and Luffy fight chapter. We're here at the final page. And we have this almost haunted forest look on top of the branch. But no one's there. We have Luffy running all the way off to the distance. The forest is wilting. The view is improving. It looks fine from here. He jumps up into the air. It is clear thou art not Joy Boy. What? And we have Emu's face and then Luffy coughing up blood. Joy Boy would never be this weak. And we have a crocodile moment. The majestic power of the king of the world. Break next week. Oof. Rough. And it seems like, again, I don't know, maybe it's just the art, maybe it's just the shading. It looks like maybe blood's coming from Emu's mouth here again. So we don't know at what point Emu will have to be like, well, I guess I'm heading back. I can't be down here for this long. But Luffy has been stabbed through the abdomen, unless he's doing a cartoony gear fifth like it's actually just in his armpit. It's actually just under his arm. Unless we're doing that. But this is, again, very reminiscent of Crocodile. Really cool chapter, though. Once again, Emu spamming those bullets, but generally Emu has had such a deep bag of moves. He's spamming those bullets, but he can swap out the weapons. I guess he has multiple weapons within the Ring of Eyes, because he put the Naginata back and pulled a sword out this time, which means he's a swordsman. Is this to carry on with the memes, the Mihawk upscale? He pulled out a sword? Or is he the Maki Man? In addition to that, he has the power to make the forest wilt and stuff. Jinbei got to not embarrass himself too much. He got to block an attack to save Loki. It was an interesting chapter, though. I had fun with it. I really, really liked it. It's just a fun little fight chapter. There's not too much more to opine on, I guess, really. But a little bit of a bummer that we are going to be waiting. Let's see what we ended up with on our bingo card, though. Zoan transformation, we saw multiple. Joy Boy was indeed mentioned. We did not get a new name Devil Fruit. We did get a Yonko because Luffy, we got plenty of Straw Hat members. Oda or narrator box. Ooh, I don't know if we got an Oda or narrator box. I don't think we got a child. Anyone that I would consider a child here. I don't think. Did we get an Oda box anywhere? We didn't for the sword he pulled out. I'm just glancing back through. If you got silhouetted character, I think we could count that. I might have as well. For Joy Boy at the beginning. Yeah, I wouldn't say any Oda or narrator box, so man, that one's we got screwed with that one. No VV Wobbler Morgans. I don't think I would say there was any child. There was no Grand Fleet representative, still no Hyridine here, dang. Devil Fruit Awakening, yeah, because Gear 5th, and probably what? Probably what Emu's doing as well, you would assume. God's Knights. I guess we did see Gunko, so that counts. Not really a new named character. They were all characters we already knew. Same with Marines. I don't believe we saw any food from my memory. Cross-Guild. No. No, nobody that would have been Cross-Guild. Even though I mentioned Crocodile. We did get Imo-sama. Technically a flashback. Technically a flashback. Okay. We can't really count apparent death, can we? We can't really count that, because we all know Luffy's not dying. So I feel like that is, like, this is one of those spots that's up to interpretation, but I don't think apparent death would mean something that appears like death. But we know that it's not going to be a Luffy death, so it doesn't actually appear like that because we know it's not going to be. We did get plenty of named attack. I love the Gummo Gummo no Sucker Punch and stuff. That was good. So silhouetted character, I think we can count silhouetted character for Joy Boy at the beginning. And no revolutionary, I would say. So really, I was close. Very close in two different spots. So really, if you got more lucky, like this is, I think, a good amount to get on a bingo card. I just got lucky with where the spots I filled in are. So yeah, bummer for me. I was very, very close, but not quite. Great chapter though. Really, really great chapter. I enjoyed the chapter a lot. And again, it makes me wonder, what are we going to do with this? Is Emo going to have to leave? I would have figured that, if anything, we would have focused on Sanji and Zoro before we took the focus on Luffy. Or we would have just jumped around between the three of them. But to have this happen, and then presumably take that into Sanji and Zoro's fights, it feels weird to have something so big happen first. But then again, it could just be a situation where Luffy's just gonna get right back up, or like I said, we'll have the comedy of, oh, the sword was actually just between his arm because it's Gear 5th and it's all cartoony or whatever. So who knows, but either way, I had fun with it and I hope you did too, and I don't think I have too much more to say. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's chapter, my thoughts, reaction, how'd you do on bingo. If you want to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks or sharing around, it's appreciated. If you want to become a member or patron, though, I said at the beginning, hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes or link will be in the description. You'll get these videos whenever I do the scans, and you'll get your name at the end of videos, in addition to just helping to support the channel. So thank you so much to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster. Thank you to Magical Girls DD Ban and Maru. Thank you to Cheriton Student David Langstaff. Thank you to Slayer Candidates SG and Stan Cedar. And thank you to Pure Element Pater Real. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.